Hello everybody, my name is Jessie Tarian. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. I am located in sunny Las Vegas, and in my craft room we do all things paper craft. So welcome on in. If you're one of my besties, go ahead and sound off in the comments below. Hi, I see my mom has made it to the chat. How you doing? If you are joining me from YouTube, welcome. I'm so happy you found me. Every week we do card making and other fun stuff. So if you have a good time, go ahead and leave a comment, a like, go ahead and consider subscribing. It would help me out so much. And hi, Cheryl. Welcome in. How you guys doing today? I have a very simple card for us. This is basically, I believe, Stampin' Up put out like an example card. Very pretty. I'm using sketched butterflies. I just wanted something pretty. You know what I mean? You ever feel like that? Wow, look at the light, guys. I have the shade down, but it's like intense. So I don't know how that's going to do for my vision, but we're going to go with it. What are you going to do? I know you do, Mom. I know you love the butterflies. So we're just going to give it a minute, let people find me, get signed in. Hi, Pam. Welcome in. Take a drink because I'm always yakking my jaws. What do I have to share with you guys today? Well, actually all of you that are on here right now have caught me my Make It session yesterday. I think that was fun. It was a big success. We just chatted and crafted. So hopefully this is something that people like and it'll take off. According to Facebook, I've had 77 playthroughs, so that's pretty good. Now, some people may watch it multiple times. I don't know. I don't know why you would, but maybe they do. So I don't know if that's 77 people, but 77 times it's been played, so that's pretty good. Hi, Sherry. Welcome in. Hi, Ruth. How you doing? Very excited to have you here today. Okay, so things to talk about. I'm trying to find myself while we chit chat for a sec. That's from yesterday. I don't know. I know I'm on because you guys are finding me. I can see you. There I am. Sometimes it takes my tablet like a sec, to get caught up. Okay, I see everybody. We're good now. We're good, guys. If you were worried, don't be worried. Okay, so I have, and this is super early, a Christmas card exchange going to happen between the viewers, between you guys, the besties, but also my friend Melissa has a group page called All Things Christmas, and that's where I kind of got the idea and have participated in their event over there before, and I liked it so much I wanted to bring it over to us. Well, when I talked to Melissa, she was like, hello, let's collab, let's do it together. So perfect. So she shared my event page on her All Christmas page, and so people can sign up. I don't want you to worry if you saw that and think, oh my gosh, I can't send 100 Christmas cards out. Don't worry about that. I would love 100 people to sign up. It's not going to happen, but I would love it. I will just cut the list down. So don't panic. And then you'll tell me. It'll probably be like 25 names per list. So you'll be like, I can do one list. And some people might be like, sign me up for all the lists. And that's great. I'll be doing all the lists. But I want everybody who wants to spread Christmas cheer and joy and get back tons of Christmas cards and cheer and joy. Hi, Jamie. I want you to participate. I think this is going to be magical and exciting. Okay. So go ahead, don't fear not. Just add your name to the list. Message me if you have questions. We can work it out, bestie. Don't even worry about it, okay? So things I am planning for that event is like, I'm going to be like, anyone who wants to make Christmas cards with me, this is the general supplies you'll need. Like, I'll be like, cut your DSP like this and cut your card bases or use pre-made card bases like that. Or people can just bring their card box, right? You can sit there and just sign and talk and we could just chit chat. It's all about connection and spreading joy and cheer and just being part of the holidays. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, let's say you're Jewish, you celebrate Hanukkah, you can still do it because who doesn't like getting a card, you know? Receive cards, give cards. That's what I say. So this is for everybody. If as long as you celebrate the holidays, we can make it work. Okay? All right. I'm going to stop rambling. You guys chat. I'm going to flip down so we can get started. If you get seasick, you know the drill. Close your eyes right now. Here we go. Down Periscope. And turn. Okay, we're done. I never want anyone to be sick because I get incredibly sick when people film like this, you know. I can't watch it. I have to turn it off. Okay, here we go. Got ourselves together. So here's the card today. Like I said, went on Pinterest, put sketched butterfly card. This is what came up, but I noticed that this was put out, I believe, by just Stampin' Up! Themselves. They wanted to advertise their products and like simple card making. So and they did too. They used some extra like embossing and die cuts, but if you didn't have those things, you could leave that layer just plain flat, right? You could put some ink on it. There's a lot of things you could do with this card. So, and inside I made very simple. It's just a simple note card. That's what we got going today. So, I used the sketched butterflies stamp set. So the sentiment came from here and the butterfly. I used 2 of the butterflies. So very simple. I didn't use a lot. I also used 1 die from the set. We're going to cut out the large butterfly today. So I did use that, but you could fussy cut that out. And then for our embossment, I went ahead and I used the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. And then for our circles, I used I think that was 2 3/4 size, but you might have a punch or you could just use something else for your focal point. So there we go. I've gone through the products we are going to use today. Let me get my card in here. Here we go. I have my card base. So guys, I had someone contact me and they asked me if I would consider just doing a paper share instead of a product share. What the difference is just the paper that's coming out in the new catalog. You would get 1/4 of each pack. I said I would see if anyone had interest for this, if I can get some interest and a couple people, if it would be worth it for me to do it. So if you're interested in just getting the paper, it would be $50 and you would get all the paper. Okay, and that's including shipping and tax and all that good stuff. So it's $50 flat. If you're interested, leave it in the comments. And I will post about it, so don't worry if you forget. But it just popped up in my brain. I thought I would mention it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a mat. I went into my big scrap bin and I just pulled out paper. So I got Mossy Meadow, and this is Moody Mauve, and some white. So very simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is just I cut the pieces, I embossed with that distressed tile, and we're going to glue it together. I kind of made it very streamlined. Yeah, I want it like this. Very, very easy for us to put together because this is simple card making. Now, I don't know what is going on because this worked earlier, but it's decided to clog up. So I'll just grab another one. Oh no, guys. I'm getting glue on myself already. Ugh, and now this one's super thick. Okay. It's all right. We'll deal with it. It'll be okay. Here. Put some extra down. That sucker's not going anywhere. Oh, crooked. Crooked Jess. Okay, there we go. So, I made this like a 16th of the way around. Just a little bit. Isn't that nice? It's a nice effect. So we can set that aside for a minute. I have a piece of scrap paper and we're going to go ahead and we are going to stamp our butterfly so we can color it and cut it out. I am obsessed with the sketched butterfly set. It stamps so nicely with the Memento ink. It's so crisp and just really pretty. You see, you can look at it, make sure you got it evenly coated. Woo. Finger's still sticky, guys. All right, so I'm gonna put that on there. Just gonna give it time. Let the paper absorb that beautiful image. We'll give it a second. You can see I glue everywhere. Give it a minute to dry. I find if you give it a minute to dry, you get a much better result. Now, I did not have Moody Mauve blenders, but I had to use the blenders, you know. I just love them so much. So I grabbed some colors that I thought might work and kind of played with it. And I got I felt like it was a nice effect. So first thing I did was just kind of lay some color down. I used the lightest pale pink. And I didn't even necessarily, I wasn't careful about it. And I didn't even get every inch, you know what I'm saying? Because it is going to spread a little bit. So I didn't feel it was necessary to like coat it, you know? Just kind of get some of that alcohol color down. To create a nice almost like a watercolor, I felt like. Okay, so now I'm going to put some purple down. And again, I'm not super fussed. I'm just going to dot it around. See how I'm doing that? Super fast, super easy. Don't worry if it's not perfect because A, it's going to spread, and B, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's handmade. Okay, so there we go. I threw some color on the body. Now I'm gonna go in. Now this is a retired color. It's called Rococo Rose. And I'm just gonna add some of that and mixing, and this was Highland Heather, I apologize. I didn't let you know. Here we go. Just throw some of that down. Like that. And I'm even more heavy-handed on this one than I was on that one. but it's such a pretty effect. It's kind of blending together. The colors are changing. Really pretty. Now I'll go in with a little bit of the darker pale pink. And mix that in just a little bit. Like that. All right, I think that's good for me. You guys, when you make this, play with it, see what you come up with. But what do you think? Pretty? And it pretty much, it matches pretty well to that Moody Mauve. I mean, it's not exact, but it's got the Jessie seal of approval. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Now, I'm going to bring in the Big Boss. And I was doing this earlier, and I said to myself to tell you, remind me later when I'm complaining about my arm hurting or my neck that I lift this thing one-handed and swing it over all the time. And so that is why those items are going to hurt on me later, because I won't remember. Okay, so I'm going to make my little sandwich here, and we're going to throw in our butterfly. Let me see. I don't know if I can get it in there. It's pretty much in the chat, but you can see what I'm doing. You can see the idea. Let me flip it around this way. Ooh, okay. My goodness, I should have like Popeye arms from that thing being so heavy. Oh, listen, our little neighborhood hot rodder just went by to say hello. Okay, here we go. We're gonna run it through. And just like that, cuts like butter. Super easy, right? Name of the game today, guys. Super simple card making. Here we go. Let me get this out of the way. Oy shmoy. All right, let me bring all my pieces in now. And we have one more thing to stamp. I've got this little banner. It's just a strip of paper. It was a scrap, right? I want to use what I have. Bertha is getting mighty full. Nobody judge, but I have to start using what is in that bin, because if I don't, it starts to crush, you know? Or like when you sift through it, it gets all messed up. So that's my story. That is my story here. Okay. So I'm just using the same block. I'm going to use the Moody Mauve to kind of bring it all together. And I'm stamping up, "You brighten up so many of my days." And there we go. Ooh, that was juicy. That pad is juicy. Now, what did I do in the middle? Okay, I'm going to use the black for that. I just wanted to check. So I'll let that set for a second. Figure we'll get all our stamping done, and then it's just really putting it together. Oh no, I don't want to get ink on me. Hold on. Okay. Pick it up. And I just took, this was literally a scrap in my bin with that Mossy Meadow. And when I was doing my embossing folder, I just threw it in. So, you know, no designer series paper needed for for this project. Just ink, paper, and a few good items, right? Okay. Here we go. So one thing I learned that I did not know was Stampin' Up! Puts their logo on the embossing folders so you can identify which way is up. So let me grab that. And also, so this is the upside, right? So when you're using it, you always make sure Stampin' Up! Is on the top. But you see this line? That is so you can line up your paper and make sure it's straight. Now, for the tile one, it doesn't so much matter. But let's say we were going to use the new plaid embossing folder. You kind of want your paper straight because if you don't, your plaid's going to be fakakta, right? So use that line to straighten your life out, guys. This is what I'm telling you. How genius is that? I'm sorry, I had to share. I saw someone talking about it and I was like, why did I not realize that? Because you don't know until you know. That's why. So now you know and you can be smart. You know, you probably have a crafting friend who doesn't watch me. I don't know why, but you know, you could tell them these things and be like, look how smart I am. And you know what? I allow it. I allow it. All right, there we go. So there's my inside. Now for the outside, we've already matted our embossed piece, so let's stick that down. Go ahead and center it, creating a frame around, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me pull in my example. Now we have our little focal point. Now you could make this a color. Doesn't have to be white. This is what the example was and I copied it. So I cased the card, so I wanted to keep it pretty uniform with what they did, but our own little touches. So the one thing I did do that they didn't do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold my wings up a little bit to give it some dimension, and we're just gonna pop 2 dimensionals on the body. Now, these will lay down pretty flat to get in your envelope, and mailing should be okay. But I just really liked how it almost looked like it just landed on the page, you know? Very cute. So now we have our little sentiment. I'm just going to pop that up too because I already have them out. Why not? Why not pop up your lives, guys? That is the question of the moment. Okay. Put that over there. Now, we all know I can't get things straight to save my butt, but I'm going to try. I'm afraid. There we go. I think that's pretty good. I think it's better than this one. So, who knows? We'll just go with it. Now, I grabbed, these are from the online exclusives, the Pecan Pie and Clear Ribboned Adhesive Back Gems. I'm just going to do the clear. I like the way it's got that like silver, I guess they're calling that ribboning in there. Just that little bit of glimmer, you know? It almost looks like a water drop if not for that. So, and I'm just going to dot these around. Yay, I'm glad you like it, Pam. I like it too. Sometimes simple is just the way to go. We forget that. I know I do. I know I forget it. I forget that, you know, I don't have to do 9,000 cuts and fancy folds and all these things, that the sentiment is there. And the most important thing is that you're having a good time. You're enjoying the process. If you get frustrated, it's not worth it. At least it's not for me. I want to have a good time. I want to enjoy myself. I want my friend to feel special when I send them this card. Those are my 3 kind of goals for crafting, card making, what have you. So there we go. There's our beautiful butterfly card for today. I'm going to go ahead and flip up. We can chit chat for a minute. And here we go. Okay, if you get seasick, you know the drill. We're back. So the colors pop more on the second card. Yeah, so I guess being more heavy-handed, I used more of that Rococo Rose. I am loving these blends. Like when we first got them, because we've had them for a while, I bought some. I fought the process. Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Ruth. I fought the process. I was like, I don't know. My cards it's bleeding all over the place. I don't know if I like that. Now I am obsessed with them. What I needed to do was just open my mind, relax, and play with it. And once I did that, that was it. I was hooked. So that's my story, you know. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a phenomenal week. Oh, it's like 100. Yeah, I know. We're always going to be in a heat wave until October probably here. But you're pretty much desert too, right? New Mexico. So that's a bummer. I just stay inside. I've decorated. I'm not quite done, but I've decorated for Halloween, or I'm working on it. And I know it's only August, but it brings me joy. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do some fall content for some other channels I have. And I was just like, you know what? This is me, guys. We got to do it. So that's what I did. I told my family, get over it. They don't care. They really don't care, but it just brings me joy. So, but my husband has one rule. I cannot decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving. So the day after Thanksgiving, you know what I'll be doing. Ripping everything down and putting up my Christmas. And then I keep it up until, usually by Valentine's Day, he makes me take it down. But I keep Christmas up for a long time too. Is anyone else like that, or is it just me? Bring the cold weather. I know. Shoot some down here too, okay? I would love some Canadian weather. I was talking to Debbie from Vermont yesterday, and she was like, oh, it's gotten cooler and it's so nice here. And I'm like, that's never going to happen for us. And normally I love living in Vegas. It's beautiful pretty much all year round, but this summer hit harder than most, okay? We were like the hottest summer, and I just am done with it. I'm done with it this year, but you know, what are you gonna do? They don't listen to me, those weather people. You keep yours up until January? Yeah. No, I push it. You know why? Because when I start in like August, I decorate for Halloween, and I do the most. Like every inch of my house is decorated. And then I do like fall stuff for November with pumpkins and trucks. And then Christmas comes, and that's like a whole big thing. But after that, I literally am sad because it's like my house isn't decorated. It seems so plain. Even though I have stuff up, I usually do like, sometimes I'll do hearts or spring flowers or Easter. I have stuff, but just something about that holiday blues, man. knocks me out. So I try to keep it up the longest, and we don't have a real tree. So it's not like, you know, when we first got married, I never had, to my knowledge, a live Christmas tree, because we had a wood burning stove, and it's dangerous. They dry the trees out and stuff. So when we first got married, I told my husband, I want a real tree. And he was like, okay, like, that's what you want? We could do it. I found the perfect tree. I named him Willie. And I had my baby on December 30th. Okay. So it was right after Christmas, but it was 2 weeks early. So we hadn't taken the tree down or anything. When I got out of the hospital with my little bundle of joy, my little Evan, I loved the tree so much, and it was still fresh, that I wouldn't let him take it down. So weeks went on, and this poor thing died. Okay. It was like weeping, and Willie was just not doing well. And I kept watering him, but you can't keep him alive like that forever, apparently. So finally, my husband, bless his heart, was like, it's no longer safe to have the dang tree. I cried and cried. And after that, we always kind of had fake trees, because he was like, no, we're not going through this again. Now I realize why your parents never got a real one. So I'm just weird. That's the point of the story, okay? I take things too far, I keep them too long. That's it. That's my whole story. Anyway. Do snowmans, you can keep them up longer. That is true. When I used to run a daycare in my home, and I always had that area to decorate, and it was always decorated to the nines. Like, I had the best home. My daycares were amazing, my themes and stuff. So I would do the same thing. Like right now for September, we always did apples. Mom helped me. We erected a beautiful tissue paper apple tree. It was amazing. People came and took pictures. But I always, then I would go into Halloween for a month, and I always got my creative outlets in that way when I was running daycare. Well, I don't have that anymore. So if I wasn't doing crafts or decorating my home, I don't know. I think I would pop. I probably would pop. I'm just saying. I do themed parties and bingos, and like, I'll do, like, we did a fairy forest once. So the house looked like you walked into the forest, and my husband is a good sport. So he put up all these trees, and I would only let him use tape, because I didn't want holes in our walls. So yeah, it was a whole thing. But I've done, I've changed our house to look like Hogwarts Castle. I do all these things. So I don't know. I'm available if you need me for a big party or a wedding. Let me know. That's what it is. So, yeah, Halloween tree. I probably would. I think James would he might buck that, because it's almost like doing Christmas before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But it is a good idea. Yeah, right, Pam? I have to do these things. If I could have a job where I could go into daycares and decorate their rooms, or even do their curriculum with the decoration part, you know what I mean? Like that, I think I could still do. I don't know. I don't know that I could get down on the floor and be with the kids and all that stuff, because I'm kind of broken, but you know what I mean? Like the themes, the rooms, the curriculum, that part, I'd be on it. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just yakking my jaw now. If you're still watching me, bless you. And if you're on YouTube, thank you. All right, I'm going to go. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending this evening with me. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.